and he just got 2 lunches. And I was like, what are you doing?
You could do that?
He's like, I'll just get 2 lunches. And I was like, yeah.
Hello and welcome to the School Lunch Program, a show where we talk about what was for lunch, what is for lunch, and what will be for lunch. Today on the program, along with my friend Matt. Hi, Matt.
Hello.
We also have another friend, another Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Hello.
Both Andrew and Matt are people I grew up with basically since kindergarten. Any memory I have all through public school, I have with Andrew. And Andrew, I think you introduced me to Matt.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Probably.
And we're all going to get into what our school lunch memories. We talked a little bit about it on the first episode. But Andrew, I think you're going to make me remind myself of so many other memories we had before. But before we do that, let's hear the lunch menu for the week of March 26th at Lake Worth High School in Palm Beach, Florida. Matt, can you say what the lunch menu is for March 2nd?
Yeah. On Monday, March 2nd, they'll be having country fried chicken and mashed potato bowl offered with classic wheat grain biscuit. And then I think these are Orr's meat trio pizza wedge, buffalo chicken bites, chicken tender salad with wheat crackers, turkey and cheese sub or wrap combo. Daily, there's an offering for a chocolate chip muffin platter and a grape peanut butter and jelly sandwich or a grape soy butter sandwich. And then the vegetable of the day is corn and pickle. On Tuesday, they'll have beefaroni with dinner roll or dilled chicken biscuits with dinner roll or hamburger or cheeseburger. And then there's simply salad with wheat crackers and an Italian sub combo. And the vegetable of the day is Tuscan green beans. On Wednesday the 4th, they'll have barbecue pulled pork with garlic bread knot, hot dog on a bun, breaded mozzarella cheese sticks with marinara dipping cup, Asian chicken salad with wheat crackers, and they have the turkey and cheese sub wrap option again. Vegetable of the day is barbecue baked beans. On Thursday the 5th, they'll have Wild Mike's cheesy bites with
Wild
marinara
Mike's
dipping
again.
cup. Oh yeah, was there a Wild Mike's in a different district we looked at? Oh yeah. Chicken patty sandwich, meat lover stromboli with marinara dipping cup, buffalo chicken bite salad with wheat crackers, and an Italian sub combo, echoing back to Tuesday. And the vegetable of the day is green beans. And then on Friday, the 6th, they'll have General Tso's chicken with rice and veggies, stuffed cheese pizza wedge or stuffed pepperoni pizza wedge, chicken tenders, and the vegetable of the day is broccoli.
Can I just say the tradition of specifying that the hot dog is on a bun is still going strong. Like, I'm so happy.
I remember this. They would call it hot dog on a bun.
I actually added the on out of habit. Their menu only says hot dog on bun. A gourmet all-beef hot dog served with whole grain rich bun. Have it how you like it. Served with your choice of ketchup, mustard, and or relish.
It implies the existence of an option in which you don't get it on a bun.
I love that the barbecue baked beans is the vegetable of the day. Also on Friday, stuffed pepperoni pizza wedge. Yeah. That just looks like stuffed crust pizza. It's interesting why they call it a pizza wedge.
A spin on a school lunch favorite classic. Whole grain rich mozzarella cheese stuffed crust topped with our turkey pepperoni and flavorful blend of cheeses.
If that chicken bowl was available to us, that would have been instant favorite.
Oh yeah, I've seen that on another menu, like the KFC bowls. Also, this place also used that NutraSlice app or whatever that we saw last time.
Which I'm getting more used to using too. You can click on things, and I think the other school I noted that you could see the allergen concerns on the thing, but if you click through and look at them, it shows you what they have and what food groups they fit too. So garlic bread knot fits the grain food group, but country fried chicken has grain, protein, and vegetable.
Nice. Okay, so all three of us here, we went to Wolcott Public Schools in Wolcott, Connecticut. Matt and I, we're exclusively hot lunch people, you know, I think starting for me around like second grade. Andrew, did you do cold lunch, hot lunch back and forth, or what was your thing?
I have very few memories of cold lunch. I may have brought one once or twice, a few times early on. But I was pretty much exclusively hot lunch.
Okay, so do you remember what was your favorite hot lunch at our school?
So I know the breadstick dunkers are a hot topic here. So
My least favorite.
that was always a favorite of mine. I mean, I did a lot of pizza. Pretty much all forms of pizza were favorites of mine. But for the sake of getting into something interesting, there was one that I always went for every time, and I didn't realize this until getting ready for today. Was the triple decker toasted cheese sandwich. Now, I would have just called it grilled cheese, but no, like
Yes.
triple decker toasted cheese sandwich. That
I
cadence
remember that's what they called
lives
it.
rent
Yeah.
free in my head.
Yep, I completely forgot about this.
We talked about grilled cheese, but I forgot that's
yeah.
what they called it. The triple decker toasted cheese sandwich.
That was a good one.
It was 2 slices of cheese product sandwiched between not 2, but 3 slices of bread.
Like the Big Mac of grilled cheeses.
Right. And then a styrofoam container of Campbell's soup.
Yes, it was a styrofoam cup.
Yeah, usually tomato, right?
Tomato soup, and they gave you crackers, like saltines. I don't know why I always went for this one, but I will say, and I didn't realize this until later on, that like this changed how I eat grilled cheese.
Oh.
Because I did not ever consider the possibility of dunking the grilled cheese into the tomato soup until I saw someone else do it
Wow.
at lunch. Now I'm like, every time.
You still have grilled cheese and tomato soup these days?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, how about you?
It's rare, but I do. I mean, if there's like a snow day or something, I usually don't keep soup on hand in the house, so that's a something that requires planning.
Remember Soup at Hand? That was a product that Campbell's sold.
I don't remember the product name, but I remember there was like in my late college years, like when I was working an office job, there were these like plastic cups of soup that you would microwave.
So it's literally just soup.
It's just soup in a different container. Andrew, I feel like you and we shared a lot of lunches together in elementary school. Do you have any memories of like, K through 5, big moments in school lunch history?
Well, I'll just say K through 4, not many specific. I have one very specific memory. They had just introduced styrofoam trays, and being a kindergartner, myself and another individual decided to tear them up into tiny pieces, and I was put in timeout for making a mess in the cafeteria. Very traumatizing experience for me. One of the best memories, you and I talked about this not too long ago, because sometimes like things will just pop into my head and I'll be like, I gotta tell Andrew about this.
Yeah.
And so back then, early 2000s, like chicken fries were becoming a thing. So they started introducing them into the school lunches, but they stylized it on the menu as FRYZ. And our principal used to read the lunch menus. He clearly did not read it ahead of time and had no idea that this was a thing. And so I'll never forget him reading over the intercom, chicken fryz, whatever that is.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and we always used to quote that, chicken frizz, whatever that is.
Whatever that is.
That was also the same principal who encouraged us to read 20 minutes each day. And it could not read the lunch menu properly.
Well, it's a newly constructed word. Like no one before that moment had ever heard of a frizz.
How come we all knew it then? The kids all knew it.
But if I see FRY, I'm assuming it's fries.
What if it's pronounced freeze?
Chicken freeze. So, Andrew, you also work at a school currently.
I do.
They don't still have styrofoam trays, do they?
No, they have the like reusable, the trays that you put on top of the garbage can and they wash and reuse them.
Good, reducing our single-use plastics.
Okay, in middle school, the thing Matt and I talked about last time was we remember how long the lines were in middle school lunch. I just remember waiting out in the hallway a lot for school lunch. Do you remember that?
I do, and I don't remember why that is. I also remember it being really long in high school, especially because the deli bar was so popular that like that line was grabbed so long. And I always felt like if you want a deli bar, you're sacrificing half your lunch to get it. But in middle school, it was particularly difficult because every line started like but from the same place. So it's just one long line or two long lines or whatever it was.
Right.
Yeah, they broke out the different stations.
I can walk through the food section of the middle school lunch room, like in my head. Like I know where the hot food is. I know where the deli bar is. I know where the cashier is that goes out into the cafeteria. It's like burned into my head.
And I forgot until you bringing it up just now, talking about the lines. Like I forgot that there was a deli bar in middle school.
Oh, I remember it very significantly because one of our mutual friends, Mike, would get deli bar every day. And also you saying deli bar reminded me it was called deli bar. Deli bar every day and smothered it in hot sauce. And when he would bite into the sandwich, it would just like all flow out like like an egg yolk.
Well, you know what's funny about that? My memory of deli bar also has to deal with friends with hot sauce, but a different way. Was Tyler would get a boat of it and just dunk his sandwich into it.
Yeah, kids are crazy.
And then chase it with a chocolate milk.
Yeah, the chocolate milk. Were you a chocolate milk person?
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, me too.
Every time.
I feel like the best bang for your buck maybe in lunch might have been the deli bar. Like you can stack that sandwich pretty high if you wanted to.
Right. You can get pretty much anything you want on it, obviously for what's available. And I don't think it cost any different. Like I think it was the same price as regular lunch. So I'm like, why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
You know?
Although I got it very rarely, I feel like.
In my efforts to rope people into our podcast, I've been reaching out to friends who I've met as an adult to try to get their experiences in different states. And I have a friend from South Carolina who I was talking to. He jogged a memory in my mind of the traffic light.
Yep.
Yes.
So in our middle school cafeteria, there was a traffic light that I don't know if it was controlled by like a human or if there actually was some kind of electronic sensor, but it would respond to how noisy we were.
Yes.
And like green was like, cool, whatever, you guys are quiet. Yellow's like, oh, you're starting to get loud, you better calm down. And red was like, you're too loud, you have to have the rest of your lunch in silence.
Yes, yep. And you're right. I do wonder if it actually was controlled by audio or someone was just flipping the switch to be like, hey guys, you should quiet down.
So I brought that up with the principal I work for now because a constant struggle right now is like the level of volume in the lunchroom because it's the same age group. It's 6 or 8. And his first thing that he said to me of why he won't do it is he said it will become a game of who can trigger it. And like he just pictures kids just getting as loud as possible just to try to set it off. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what would happen.
Do you remember that happening, Matt?
I don't remember that happening. I wouldn't be surprised if it did happen. I think we only really got shut down a handful of times.
Yeah, also like I'm thinking about the time from waiting in line to getting your food to sitting down, having enough conversation for it to get really loud. And what was a span of a half an hour? Like how long is the lunch in middle school?
So our current lunch is half hour.
Yeah, that's not a lot of time for like so much things to happen. This was also like a time where in middle school when everyone was starting to develop their own like aesthetics and clothing. Like there was like the goth table at that point. There was I think people started to like separating in like class systems.
I actually have a very different memory of it in that like in middle school we sat with our classes. In high school we got to sit with whoever we want. Yeah. And if like there was ever a situation where I'm just like I don't want to deal with this person, you just go to a different table. We didn't really have that option in middle school, and it made it kind of difficult. And actually, this is a good segue into something I did want to make sure I brought up today, that in middle school, and I don't know if you actually knew this or not, but in middle school, I was on a reduced lunch program. And now, in this school, where I am now, everything's computerized, and there's no, like, cash exchange anymore. And so the kids just walk up to the register, and they just say their name, and then it's just everything's done. But I had to go up every time and tell them I was reduced lunch, and then they had to go in and type it in, and then the cheaper price would show up, you know. And so everybody around knew.
Right.
And so it was very that alone was difficult.
Did you felt like embarrassed or something?
Yeah, and then what made it even harder was that, as we know, the lunches were not very substantial. My mom would just like give me like a $5 or whatever when I told her like I need my lunch money. She'd give me like a $5 bill or whatever, but I was on reduced lunch, so I would get an extra snack because I'm like, this lunch isn't enough or whatever. And a certain friend of ours, whose name I won't mention here, would, in front of everybody in the lunchroom, as loudly as he could, as you know how loud he is and how loud he was, would just like call me out for like, you're on reduced lunch, but you're buying more things. Like as if like me, an 11-year-old, can completely solve like the fractions of dollars that his parents are spending in taxes to subsidize lunches. Like, and I'm just like, I just didn't know how to respond to it at the time. And in that instance, like, I had nowhere to go. I was just like, I have to sit here and listen to this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Versus like in high school, which I wasn't on reduced lunch anymore in high school. I just get them leave, you know, like go to a different table, go to a different room. But in middle school, it's like, no, you had to sit with your class. And if you're not getting along with the people in your class, like, too bad, you know?
Yeah, that's interesting perspective, because it's kind of trying to say, oh, your family makes less money than my family kind of thing. And kids can be very cruel.
Which is like, my own personal opinion is just like, all the kids should eat for free. Like,
I agree. So it's New York City's like. I was just reading how I think it was Kansas is like trying to scrutinize more schools heavier and seeing how much their kids actually should qualify for free lunch or reduced lunch. And it's like, this is the one thing like you should not care about spending money on, is like just give every kid food. Andrew, do you remember how much a reduced lunch would cost?
I don't remember what like a full lunch cost, but I feel like it was like 50 cents or something like that.
That sounds about right. I think it still is 50 cents.
And so what would happen is my mom would just like hand me a $5 bill. And then whenever I told her I needed lunch money again, she would just, like, she would never ask. She was just like, oh yeah, here you go. And it would be, sometimes it'd be every other day, every couple of days, whatever it ended up being.
Yeah, so a $5 bill could get you a long way.
Right. And so me being like, oh, I'm hungry. This lunch is not substantial. Obviously the extra snacks were not healthy by any means, but just to add something to it for like another $1, you know, it was still ended up being cheaper. But as we all know, eating healthy is expensive, right?
Yes. Yeah. We were looking at some other menus, and there's like tiers. You can like, there was like, we looked at a school in New Jersey that had like a $6 lunch. It was like a more premium lunch that you could buy, which is, it's wild. That's like a whole nother like social construct that you build in schools. Like, oh, this person gets the premium lunch, you know? Andrew, do you, when you see the lunches at the school you work at now, how similar it is to what we used to eat in middle school? It's
like both similar and not. You know, like there's some things on there like barbecue chicken flatbread that like we never would have had.
Yeah.
But then they have, this is really funny. They have this thing called Bosco sticks.
Oh, Bosco sticks made it to Connecticut.
Well, here's the thing. I asked a student what they were, and I kind of knew the answer, even though I asked anyway. And I'm pretty sure we had them in high school, but they were called something different because I think they're basically just like baked mozzarella sticks instead of fried mozzarella sticks.
Yes, I remember this.
We definitely had those. Like when we had in high school, it was like the stuffed crust from stuffed crust pizza in stick form.
Yes. Yeah, I think Bosco sticks are like a specific brand. Okay. And yes, I remember we had, I think they might have been called
or pizza stuffers or something like that.
Yes,
like,
something stuffers. Remember. Matt, do you know what we're talking about here?
Yeah, I remember this. Were they called just pizza dunkers, maybe?
Oh, maybe.
So any other similarities? Do they have chicken fryz? Do they have
I don't know if they have chicken fries. You know, it's funny. It's like I hadn't up until recently looked at the menu very closely. They have like alternate lunches, like always pizza, chicken patty, or it's like, I think they alternate between like chicken patty and cheeseburger. A student said this, and I don't know how accurate it is, but like allegedly they used to do smash burgers. I don't know if they actually did or not. He said the person who used to make the burgers left, and now they're not as good because the person who used to make them used to smash them, and now the new person doesn't. And I'm like, okay.
Wow.
I think the person probably just like pressed them more or something. I don't really know. But chicken patty or cheeseburger is like every day. Pizza is always available as an alternate. Bosco sticks is always one of those alternates.
Oh, really? Every day? Then.
Yeah. And they have like the chicken nuggets that are like more like chicken bites from like the Chick-fil-A ones. You know what I mean?
Is it more like whole meat, like it's chunks of chicken breast versus like ground meat?
I believe so, yeah. They don't have deli bar. They have a boar's head, like pre-made like wraps and sandwiches.
Pre-made. Like when you go to like a deli, like a bodega or something, they have like pre-made
like
sandwiches.
they're prepackaged. So you can select that instead of going to a deli bar where you get it made to order. It's like you have like turkey, ham, like whatever they are, but it's boar's head, which is like...
Yeah, but there's like different tiers of boar's head too. Like,
true.
There's the one that you get like listeria from.
Like I was saying, that like similar but not. You're still not getting enough. Like, oh yeah, like French toast sticks. They do French toast sticks.
French toast sticks. Those were good.
Which like one of the teachers was complaining about it the other day. Like why is this a lunch for
French toast? What's
children? And remember, they used to do green eggs and ham for Dr. Seuss's birthday.
That's true. I remember having, it was like green scrambled eggs and then just a slice of ham.
Yeah.
Do you remember that, Matt?
Right.
I do, and I never got it. Even back then, I was like, oh, the texture of ham. No, thank you.
I never did either.
I think I got it once or twice.
So I'm pulling up lunch. This is for February. So main lunch, chicken nugget bar.
Chicken nugget bar?
That sounds like
That's like my dream as a kid.
Is there like a variety of sauces that you pick from? Or
There
like what is the bar option?
Oh, yeah. What's the sauce?
Well, I don't remember the specific sauce, but I remember I had to get there was a student that was in seclusion for the day, basically like ISS. And so I had to go get his lunch for him. And he was very particular about his sauce. And I don't remember what he called it. I think it's like chicken Dunkin' sauce or something like that. Like it's got a really weird name. He's like, no, make sure you get that one. I have no idea what it is.
It's probably like a kind of like a Chick-fil-A style sauce or something.
Yeah, I was going to say the Chick-fil-A specialty knockoff.
They have Philly cheesesteak.
Okay. I remember that.
Beef nacho grande.
Is that like chili cheese Fritos?
Probably.
Oh, Matt, by the way, do you remember they were called chili cheese Fritos, not chili cheese
Now
nachos?
that you say it, yes.
Chicken parm sandwich.
Ooh.
It seems like they've upped the game. I would say it's better. But like, oh, also another thing, I do know this. I don't know if this is school policy, district policy, state, local, whatever it is, but they are required to get 2 fruits or 2 vegetables or a fruit and a vegetable. I don't remember what it is, but like there's a very specific, like they have to check out with this number of fruits and vegetables.
Wow. It's like 2 baked beans.
Yeah. And if they don't, when they go to check out, they get sent back to the end of the line to go at
It's
it.
like, you got it wrong. Go back.
No,
Yeah. So I
that'll
think
take
it's
up all your time too.
so I think it's like a requirement.
I mean, why don't they just put apples at the cash register to be like, all right, well, you need another apple here.
That's what just here, take some sliced pineapple in a cup.
Yeah. Which I feel like was at the end of the line in high school.
Like, don't forget your peaches.
Yes. Yes. I feel like I remember the lunch lady being like, oh, why don't you take one of those? It's one of those fruit cups. Okay, let's get into high school. I have a lot of memories there because one, Matt used to have this podcast. I'm just gonna say this is like continuation of your lunch podcast.
The Lunchcast episode 23.
Yeah, this is Lunchcast 23, episode 23. Andrew, do you remember this at all when Matt would do this?
I explicitly remember him doing it. I don't remember like actively participating in it, but I just remember Matt setting up the iPod and like with the recorder and just like
Yeah.
placing it, and I'm just me being like, why am I being recorded?
If this was like the fall of my senior year, then yeah, I would have been eating lunch with you guys because we would have been on the same side.
Yes, because they divided the lunchroom with the junior, senior, and the freshman, sophomore, correct?
Yeah, and then we had the courtyard on our side too.
Yes,
on
the
junior-
courtyard,
senior
which was
side.
only accessible for the seniors, was just kind of a little patio with like, I feel like 4 picnic tables. And you could only really use like part of the year because it would, you know, when it was warm out in Connecticut.
Right.
Andrew, do you remember this? It was a weekend. We built a couple snowmen.
I completely forgot about this.
We built some snowmen out on the what did you call it? The courtyard?
Yeah.
And so when we went back to school the following Monday or whatever, we went to lunch and we got to see our snowmen outside in the snow. And then a bunch of big guys in the lunchroom like went out into the courtyard and just went and smashed all our snow people right in front of us for some reason.
Right.
And I think people like felt bad for us because it's like, I think people knew that we built them, and I don't know what their beef was, but they went and just like destroyed all our snowmen.
I don't know what they were doing outside.
I don't know
in the
how
winter.
that was allowed. How is that allowed?
Like, I would have figured the door would have been locked.
I know. I was like, is that allowed?
Yeah, I forgot we did that. Yeah, so that was like either a snow day or a weekend. What else? And we had vending machines.
We had vending machines, which
But, like-
were, I think, for food. I don't know if we didn't have soda vending machines, correct?
There were definitely drink ones.
Mm-hmm.
Whether they'd have like high sugar sparkling soft drinks that you would call soda, I don't remember. But they definitely had Yoo-hoo.
I feel like a lot of my memories from lunch had nothing to do with actual lunch.
Yes.
I will say this. I do remember the day that I learned that, like, getting 2 lunches was an option.
We talked about this last time.
Where, like, I was in line. I think it was Breadstick Dunkers Day. I was in line, and Chris Sheehan was ahead of me. And he just got 2 lunches. And I was like, what are you doing?
You could
he's
do
like,
that?
He's like, I'll just get 2 lunches. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome. Like, obviously it costs more, but I'm like, because it's just, that was his solution to like not getting enough intake from the lunch provided, was just buying a second one. Now, granted, he was like weightlifting every day, which I was not. So it probably wasn't the best idea for me at the time. Although I did walk a lot, but like him being like, I just like no shame. Just like, yeah, I buy 2 lunches. And he just walks out with 2 trays, like in front of everybody.
Yeah,
Doesn't
with
care.
2 trays. That was what
Right.
was funny. Yeah. I don't remember like being hungry after lunch, but I do remember having food after school like pretty often.
Yeah.
And like I remember you would come over and we'd have like chicken nuggets with chicken nugget sandwich.
Chicken nugget sandwich.
Yeah, we'd make something I'd call fire breathing dragons, which were dinosaur chicken nuggets on a roll, just with a bunch of like Frank's Red Hot or something like that.
I do feel like high school was like what you were talking about, where like the social like caste system started to really show, where it's like, and not that you had a specific table, but like I have this image of like this very specific group of like goth kids just sitting at this one table. It's like the one like in the junior and senior side, like right next to the vending machine, like, and they would always sit there every day.
Yeah, I remember. We used
and
to
Johnny
sit
Mac
there a
would go
couple
there
times.
sometimes.
man.
Yeah, I was going to say, you're talking about the kids in my class that I hung out with?
And like I feel like we would float around and like we joined them, and Johnny Mac used to sit with them sometimes, so we would join them. But it was like, you know who I'm talking about, and I don't remember all their names. But like they always sat in that same corner every day.
Yeah. I remember specifically someone saying that getting a banana in the lunchroom was social suicide. Verbatim, they would say that. Because, you know, a banana is a very phallic, and eating a banana in public was embarrassing and get made fun of. To this day, I still think that. I had a banana at work yesterday. I thought about that.
Wow.
The stuff that carries with you all the way through life. Do you feel like overall lunch was a good experience or I don't know. I don't want to say bad, but
Yeah.
like
In high school, I thought it was good because we did, like I said, like we had a lot of flexibility and, to be able to move around and sit where you want. And I don't think anyone was overly obnoxious during lunch in high school. I kind of felt like we were all there to eat,
yeah, everyone was pretty chill.
with the exception of like Nick Peck playing the ketchup packet game, where he would just like smash a ketchup packet with his fist and see how far he could make it. Yeah. But aside from that,
Now I'm like thinking about a bunch of memories where like people would take like a, probably like that styrofoam container when we got some kind of sauce in it, and then just stuff all the rest of the food, their like leftover food in it, and just like in the milk, add some chocolate milk and someone dared me to eat it once or drink it once in middle school, and I did it, and I got a lot of respect for that that day, and they said I should be on Fear Factor.
Speaking of making these lunch concoctions, I remember making them, and I think that's why I somehow became a brewer in my life. I make concoctions and mix things together. I remember tearing apart a tray and stuffing it into a milk carton.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
To like
I remember
throw away.
this activity.
So we spend so much of our time talking about what was for lunch, but in keeping with the spirit of our intro tagline, what will be for lunch? You're our first guest who has a child, and so I guess I want to know, what is your plan for your child's lunch when he enters school age?
chicken nuggets, because that's all he asked for. No.
Is he going to be a hot lunch kid or a cold lunch kid, or?
So he's going to be 2 in May. Mm-hmm. So still time on this, but I want him to be fed, to enjoy what he's having. And so I'd like him to be able to look at a lunch menu and just being like, on this day, if nothing jumps out to you, let's pack you a lunch.
Mm-hmm.
What do you want? And I don't like the idea of just being like, no, these are your options and that's it. Like forcing you to eat whatever 3 things you put in front of you. Like I just personally don't feel like that like reinforces any like positive, positivity about, mealtime. So I'd like him to be able to pick what he likes. And if he looks at a menu and he's just like, yeah, like breadstick dunkers are awful, we should never have them ever. Why would they ever make this a lunch? Then like, yeah, we'll pack him a lunch that day.
So are you excited for lunchbox shopping soon?
Oh yeah. For sure. It's funny. It's like I have a Yeti lunchbox that was gifted to me a couple of years ago. It's in great shape that I feel like I could, when he's in kindergarten, I could send him with a Yeti lunchbox.
Nice.
And it'd be like, oh, or actually Yeti probably won't be cool anymore. So he'll come back and be like, I got made fun of for having an old Yeti.
What is that, your dad's lunchbox?
Save it till he's in high school and it'll be vintage.
Yeah. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for doing this. You got to send me some pictures of the school lunches that you saw at the school you work at. I need to know. You're our investigative reporter.
Man
now.
on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe what I'll do is throughout like the next coming weeks, like say from now to like April break, I'll just like sort of casually just like pull students that like talking to me.
Yes.
On lunch stuff, and then next time I'll give you like from the field, like this is what kids are saying about lunch now.
Thank you. Yeah, and you should write this down.
Yeah.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, well, right. Andrew, thank you so much. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, everyone who's watching and listening and doing all the other stuff too. Please support your local lunch ladies, and good night.